In this video, I'm going to show you how to start or how to design a banner, which is like, let's say, a really big banner. This banner here is 24 feet by 48 inches. So basically it's 24 by 4 feet. So anyway, the usual thing that a client gives you is like a logo like this, and then the text from the email or from Word file, and some graphics like, say, like this one here. I've already designed the banner, and I'm just gonna do that one, and this is the look of the banner. So what we're gonna do is I'm just going to delete this one, and I'm just going to start from scratch, and these are the resources that the client gave us or gave me. So here's what we're going to do. Well, what I usually do is, so for example, I have to know what size of the banner. Right now it's obviously it's 8.5 by 11 size. Here it's a letter size, so I'm going to change this to the actual dimension that the client was requesting for. So in here, if you notice, it's in inches, and so basically the client said 24 feet by 4 feet. So you can always change that in the property bar here. Instead of inches, you go to feet. So obviously this one changed to 0.78 of a foot, which is the 11, no, that's 8.5. So here I'm going to put 24 for the width, and here is 4, which is 4 feet. So now I can see the border, which is 24 feet and by 4 feet. And you notice too that, see here, these are not in inches, these are in feet because I changed it to feet. So now what I usually do is I I gather all the resources for the banner. So for example, this graphics was given, and this was an EPS, and this one are the text. I prefer the EPS, like for example this one. If I click on view and click on wireframe, you notice it's a vector image. You zoom in, zoom out, it's really sharp. So the EPS is a preferred file that I always ask them. But worst comes to worst, if they give me a JPEG, then I have to work, I would probably recreate the logo or the graphics. But luckily they gave me an EPS. So the University of Guelph is celebrating their 50th anniversary, so they wanted the banner. So now in a project like this, what I really do, because I know that this is the border of the banner, I usually double click on this one, the rectangular tool. This is actually a shortcut. So if I double click on this one, what happens is it creates a border, like a rectangle around the paper paper border. So right now, if I click on this one, this rectangle is 24 by 4 feet. So now in the design, I put the logo here, and this is very handy. If you click on view and click on snap to objects, what it does, I'll just make sure that this is grouped together. Okay, that's grouped together. What it does, it gives you like snap points. I'm gonna zoom in here. It gives you like snap points. Like for example here, I don't know if you can see it from the screen. It shows node, and then if I go here, it says edge, and then if I go here, it says midpoint. Means that it's the midpoint of this line here. and that's the corner, which is the node. That's really handy because, say for example, I wanted to put it, I'm gonna zoom in here, I want to put it in this corner here, so I don't need to, like like eyeball it or queries it, or like, so what I do, I just click on it, and then I click on this node here, or the edge of the logo, and then drag it, and then I will, you notice that it snaps, right? It snaps. So that's a really handy tool. Now I don't need to check because it already snaps. Now here's another thing too. If I'm enlarging this one because I want to make it to the full size, I'll just grab this handle here and then wait for it to snap. See here? If I go close, it says edge and then snaps. Okay. So when I click a snap, I would release. So now I'm confident that that is, if I zoom in, that is to the edge of the banner. So now this one here was actually, this was the graphics that was given. So I'm just gonna make this bigger. So what I did here, instead of putting the full graphics, what I did is I cropped it a little bit. I cropped it like that, I think. Yeah, I cropped it like that. So anyway, so now I already have this rectangle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this graphic inside the rectangular box. Okay, so we're gonna use power clip. So I'm going to, you know what, I'm just going to make this bigger a bit, like that. Okay, so I position that, and I'll just imagine that this is the only area that will be seen once it's power clipped. So I go to effects and then click on power clip, place inside the frame or container for the older CorelDraw, and click on the edge of the rectangle, and there you go. Okay, so now obviously the text is here. So what I'll do, I'm just gonna enlarge it, and I'm going to put it in here, and like that. Okay, now to make this stand out, actually this was the color here that I used was red. Now let's say for example I want to sample a color here. I want this text to be the same red as this one. So what I normally do is I click on my color eyedropper tool, sample the color. So you can see it's CMYK 9 100 102. So I click on that, and then it's ready to fill an object. So you notice that swatch there, it's red already. I'm gonna zoom in here because I'm going to put this one. So the difference between this one, see if I click on this one, see the box becomes like an outline. So that means to say that it's going to create a red outline around the text. Let's try that one. If I click on that, okay, I don't know if you notice it, but I'm gonna zoom in here. There is a red outline, right? Okay, so I'm just going to, we're going to remove the outline later, or actually we can do it now. So you click on outline and no outline. Sorry, we can't do it. So maybe what we'll do, I'm going to click on this again, and then no outline. So there's no outline. So let's go back to the sampling of the color. So color eyedropper tool, sample colors and apply them to the object. So I click on the eyedropper tool, and then I'll click on this red, and then I zoom in. So instead of doing the outline like that, I'm going to do the fill. So I click on that, and that is the fill already. Okay. Now I also, to make this stand out, what I did is I made like a hard drop shadow. I call it hard drop shadow. So basically it's a black text behind this red text with a little bit of offset. So I click on this one, and then I I duplicate. So you go edit, duplicate. So now you have two, and make one black. Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna undo this one. So this one will be black, like that. And then I'm going to move the red text just a little bit offset like that. Okay, so that it would stand out a little bit. So that's it. Now in the artwork too, I know there's like a red line, a curved line here. So what I'm going to do here is, well, first of all, I'm going to color this one. So the color that I chose here actually is beige. So this is the rectangle, and I'm going to, again, I think I'm going to use the eyedropper tool again. So color eyedropper tool, and I'm going to go to my, I think I got the lighter beige, and then fill. Notice that? There, let's fill. Now there was a red line here, curved line here. So I can't really do it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it inside the power clip. So I click on this one here. Pay attention to this one here on the bottom. That will really say what's happening in your drawing, or when you click on it, what is being selected. So for example, I click on the rectangle here, and then now it says here power clip rectangle. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to effects and then power clip and then edit power clip. So now I edit power clip. This is really great because I can see this is faded. So I mean to say those are my objects in the actual banner. Okay, so now I'm going to create a line from here to there, and then I'm going to make that a curved line. So I go to my shape tool and click on the center. I just click on it and then make this curve, convert to curve, and then I'll just make it curve like this, like that. Now in the original artwork, this is all red. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to my smart fill, or maybe not. What I'll do is I'm going to move this graphic first, move it to the right. Okay, and then here I'm going to create a square again, or sorry, a rectangle like that. And you'll know why I did that. So why I did that, because I'm going to fill this one. I'm going to use the smart fill tool. So I click on the smart fill tool, and then I click here, and notice this area is the one that was filled. So now I can delete this, and I also can delete this rectangle here. And then again, eyedropper tool, very handy. So click on this and then fill it with that. And then I'm just going to move this back, move these graphics back like that. Now arrange order to front. So if I'm all done, I'm all happy, I'll just go to effects, power clip, and finish editing this layer. And that's it. Now when I give proofs to, or like artworks to clients, what I normally do, I put the size here. So I type in 24 feet. I enlarge that so it's gonna be seen, and then by 4 feet. Okay, that's small. So if I want to make it as big as the 24 foot text, click on text properties, and there you go. there it is. So thank you very much, and don't forget to subscribe.